Hey, Gloff. Yeah, no, I'm not doing okay. That's the point of this announcement. Fuck. Yeah, the point of this is mm, can't just hit restart on a live stream. Fuck. I've got messages I haven't responded to, and I don't feel able to. And it's not that I think anyone who sent me a message needs me to do this. I'm doing this to try to relieve the pressure in my skull. You all are very fucking nice to me. I know that even if I didn't respond to messages for weeks, you guys would all understand, but all my fucking demons are loose. And they're torturing me with everything they can. So I'm hoping that once this is done, they can't fuck with me over that. Sorry, hold on. I tried last night. I had a hard day yesterday, and I tried last night to get myself to open and respond to one, and I couldn't. So I told myself just to take it easy, try to get a good night's sleep, and see if I could respond to some messages this morning, which for me was just an hour ago. I don't sleep normal hours, so. But I woke up fucking crying, panicked, and just wanting the fuck out of here. I am so suicidal. I'm worn right down to the bottom, trying to hold on to the base axiom. And there is so much horrible shit inside of me trying to take over. It's possible if I can relieve all the pressures the right way, get a night or two of better sleep, that I'll be able to answer people in not that long. But I'm apologizing in advance for however long it takes me to get back to people. So that I won't be able to torture myself with it. I don't know how much worse things can get, or if it's possible things can get better. So I'm going to consider that after this, if I don't respond to people for however long, it's fine. All right, thanks, Levi. It's exactly the kind of response I expected. I know that you'll all say variations of that. Levi wrote, "You're all good, do things in your own time, and don't put too much pressure on yourself. Take it slow and steady." That's the point of doing this, as embarrassing as this fucking is. I guess even though I knew you would say that, I guess I had to hear it. Sorry, I'm not just reading and not responding. I'm not. The announcement's done. I don't know. Do I just. Fuck. Or LB wrote, I think it's important to also not be ashamed. A lot of people are embarrassed during these times, and I bet the majority of people just try to bottle this shit up and hide it. Yeah, you're probably right. Big Al asks what happened. Fuck yeah, I don't even know what I said so far, but I mean, it's it's the interaction between me being bipolar and some outside circumstance that I can't talk about. And part of me would love to. Yeah, part of me would just love to dump out everything that I'm dealing with. But that's not fair to other people. So I'll just say that it's the combination. It's not just that I'm crazy and to get depressed. And it's not just outside circumstances. But there's outside circumstances that are breaking me down so hard. I feel so fucking traumatized by life. I need help I don't believe exists. Or JJ wrote, and fuck everyone's expectations. Also, your hair looks amazing. That actually seemed funny to me. Because this is just fucking uncombed mess. Right now, I can't really believe in anything ever getting any better. Or anything more than seems like relief is like twilight. Just coming and going so quickly. Barely there. Doesn't feel like the good times and bad times are night and day. Feels like the days burn and the nights are terrifying. And that relief is just that momentary twilight. Whoever it is who said before not to be ashamed, I don't know, for some reason that's clicking. So fuck it, I'm in a lot of pain. And I'm exactly as pathetic as I am, but that's some of the shame's neutralized. Fuck it, life hurts. Plenty of us end up like this. Thank you, Grizz. Grizz asked if dollars help. I don't know what that $5 will do to help anything. Well, it'll go into the fund towards a computer. But whether the dollars themselves help or not, the sentiment does, Grizz. Thank you. I really appreciate every comment. I can't respond to everything. But Israel says you have too much on your shoulders. Let it go. Don't worry about other people. Only take care of yourself. That's it. I do as much as I can to take care of myself. And just keep in mind there's parts of my life I'm not going to talk about here. Doing stuff with the channel, there's been times where perhaps I've pushed myself too hard. There's been other times where how do I fucking put this? There's times where I've done everything I can to take care of myself. Not meaning I've done everything that could be done. I mean, I've done everything I can do. And where doing something for someone else is possible and doesn't make it worse for me. And sometimes that helps. Sometimes fucking setting aside my own problems, being there for someone else actually makes me feel a bit better. And other times it doesn't. But if I'm going to have a shitty day either way, and if I could help someone, I'd rather help someone. And there's times I take that too far. But there's other times I don't. And all of a sudden, this doesn't seem real. I get waves of it, where this all seems like a delusion. Which, if you've never had a total psychotic break, might sound or might just be incomprehensible. I've been through things that seemed very real and then weren't. forced me to develop another category, real. Because I don't know that I can just wrap all this up in the materialist explanation, just call it all mental illness. I've experienced things that were very real to me and apparently did not happen to the rest of the world. There's times like right now where this seems like that. Because delusions can work the way dreams do. You notice you can have a dream that you're somewhere and you've been there for a while. You can have a dream that implies a history. You're in some other place. And even though the dream just started, you've been there. There's times where all of this, especially the way it doesn't overlap with my real physical world, it's all just in a screen. And it feels very unbelievable to part of me. Do I actually do videos on YouTube and talk to people and help them? Seems like it could be compensatory delusion. See, and then I look back to chat. A couple messages down, Jason says, I don't know if this means much, but I appreciate the work you've done on this channel, and False God says, me too. That seems exactly like what a delusion would say if it was arising from a need to compensate for pain in a pathetic state of being. I don't get the one here lying to me. Maybe there's no one here at all, and I'm just sitting in front of a computer that's turned off, hallucinating everything on the screen. But if you're actually there, seems like you're telling the truth. And there's times where that doesn't help at all to think of. There's times where that just turns sour. Because if as shitty as I've done, it's helped people, then I should have done better. Sometimes there's the feeling when I'm really on that edge. fighting the desire to go dangle from a nice thick rope. Where it feels like a horrible pressure. Because even if I don't kill myself now, how many more years of this can I take? Are we just counting down to a final failure point? And if I've actually helped people with this bullshit, how much worse is it if I finally break? But there's other times where that means so much fucking more to me than I can express. All the fucking pain and suffering in the world. How horrible we can be to each other. To be able to help anyone a little bit. It's not just emotional pain and psychological distress. It hurts physically. If you're real, thank you all. From the beginning, you have been incredibly kind and understanding with me. It does mean a lot to me. It's just that when you're bipolar, things that mean a lot to you help and hurt. The more something means to you, the more it can help at one day, one moment, one time. But also, the more it can hurt you. There's that urge to shut off caring. Everything hurts so much that you want to stop loving or caring for anyone. And just harden over. But I don't let myself do that. Lilith says, fortune favors the brave, my friend. Every morning you are born again. I know the way that sounds hopeful. At the moment, I am so tired of it. I am so tired of coming back to life every day. Minto said, just think about all the young people that never made it. So many families have lost their loved ones. So sad. Yeah, I really feel for everyone else who goes through suicidal tendencies, and for the families and friends of the people who are overwhelmed by it. The thought that what I've done through the channel is any help to someone who's feeling suicidal is one of the things that has the most profound motivation on me. I don't know, maybe I want to keep reading. I want to read the rest of the comments. I don't know if I have anything left to say. And I did read past a bunch of comments that mattered, had an impact. I just don't know how to verbalize any response. Okay, and Mintos followed up. The sad thing about the young people is that they can't see a future where they're happy. Does happiness need to be the ultimate goal? There's types of depression. There's dark places some of us go. We're being reminded of the possibility even of being happier. Though this too shall pass. There's dimensions of depression where that helps. But there's others where it fucking doesn't. There are pains and difficult emotional states in which happiness does not seem real, where relief does not seem real. I'm I'm holding both at the moment. There's a part of me that hurts and is screaming out for help inside and wants relief, wants the spring to finish coming so I can go sit in the sun with the chipmunks. It's part of me that hopes for relief, that wants a hug to be held. There's other shit inside that is just screaming back at that is bullshit and that doesn't exist. And I've spent a lot of time this winter fully in that state, where I'm not holding on because I believe anything will be any better. There's even a kind of suicidal that you can resist with the hope of things being better. But there's another kind of suicidal where that hope seems like just an elaborate torture device. I wish I could articulate more how to keep pushing through that. Because that's the real motherfucker of a state. Where you commit to continuing to exist even though it seems certain that there's nothing but pain waiting. I have been sitting here silent for a while, and I think I should have stopped this already. It's just inertia that's keeping me from ending this. When I press end stream, I don't know what I'm going to do. Fuck, depression is exhausting. I feel so worn the fuck out. So I don't know if I have anything else to say, but I also just Ellie wrote, "There is sun after rain, life after pain." I know that sounds trite, but I hold it tight. Yeah, and that sounds so trite, but for some reason that got through a bit. Thank you, and thanks to everyone else for the things I'm not verbalizing any response to. It's very strange, but very fucking beautiful group of people who turn up here. Thanks to all of you for the love and support and interaction. The next comment from Interbeing Alchemist. Hey Merc, you're sitting here talking with a lot of people listening. You may not recognize it, but you have a purpose greater than what you can comprehend. We will expire one day, but you have plenty to give. So there's something in that I'd said earlier that I wish I could articulate better, what to hold on to when relief, joy seem like a cruel joke. At the bottom, it's that, even when I can't believe that, when that seems delusional. It's that I hold on to that. That maybe there's a reason for this. Not even definitely that there is. Just maybe. And just in case, I won't kill myself now. I won't quit and retreat entirely from the world. I won't let the psychosis overtake me and drift off into hate and spite. Just in case there's a reason for all of this. In case that grand plan that my delusional mystics inside perceive. Just in case that's something. And just in case the depression and doubt are all part of it. I know you guys don't want to hear any more apologies from me, but I feel the need to say again, I'm sorry I'm not responding verbally to more. There's a lot of very insightful, deeply touching things that have been said that I'm not responding to. Knobsmacker writes, in that deep, deep state, you've transcended the hedonic cycle. It's the most admirable thing one can do to keep living on despite no personal promise of salvation. They're fucking comatose right now, but I have parts of me inside that feel that way as well. And I have more that I would like to say about that. It's not congealing. Maybe some other day on some other stream it'll come out. Haley says you have debris on the windshield of your life. Fuck yes, I do. The windshield feels cracked. And everyone's advice for me to go outside is good advice. It's fucking cold in Quebec still right now. The winter energy of nature is beautiful. But I connect to all the frozen and hibernating things. So I'm not going to spend any time outside today. Once spring thaws things a bit more and the forest god comes back to life, I'll spend plenty of time outside. And there have been times over this winter where I've pushed myself to go outside and walk or just try to be present with the frozen nature energy. RJJ says, probably most of us listening are thinking, yeah, I've been there. Sunny days ahead, bro. It's unfortunate how many fucking people know what I'm talking about. I hope that's not the majority of you watching. I hope that plenty of people who watch this are watching it because they've never felt this way and they're curious to understand something that completely outside of their experience. But for all of you who know exactly what I'm talking about, I'm sorry to hear that you have to go through it, but we'll all stick it out. Together, maybe. As much as sometimes I really get worried. How many more winters I can survive? I am determined to ride this sack of meat out until my natural end. And it seems incomprehensible to tell yourself how you will do that. Because it does not seem possible to figure out a way to get through years of this. But maybe that's why our days are delivered to us one at a time. And so when that panic wells up inside, why the fuck am I getting through today? If I'm going to accept the embrace of the rope at some point. Just screaming inside me, how the fuck do we get through years more of this? When that question comes up, I don't try to answer it. You can't in one moment figure out how to get through all the rest. So I just recognize that that question isn't answerable. And shorten the time frame to how do I get through today? Or if today seems like a fucking unending eternity, how do I get through just right now? And our good friend Grizz says you're giving hot cathartic resonance. Keep it rolling. I can't believe this has gone on for a fucking hour. I just wanted to come on and do a 5-minute announcement so that the people who'd sent me messages would at least know that I care, that I'm not writing them back, and to remove the pressure. It worked the last time I did this. Was it a month ago or something? I did an apology one saying I've got messages I can't answer. I started answering them like 2 days later last time. It helped take the pressure off. I thought I was just going to come on and off and do that quickly. And I just got fucking stuck here because I'm too depressed to motivate to do anything else. I'm just caught in the fucking inertia. Mixed with you're all being very fucking nice in the comments. And I do want to read what else is there. But a bunch of times I've thought, no, just end the stream. You have nothing else to say. Then look at the fucking video and read through the comments. And it's like, I just have not had the energy to make that fucking change. Just continuing to read the comments off the screen that's right there feels more like rolling downhill than ending the stream. Fuck, I don't. It sounds ridiculous that I'm saying that out loud. But it feels like an effort. That feels like traveling somewhere else. Which all I have to do is reach over there and change a few things. It feels like getting up and going to a different room to go read the comments on the fucking replay. I am just so fucking tired. Sorry, the whole world's only getting worse for you, lobotomy. I don't know what the real world's like. I don't go there. I was a shut-in before the coronavirus started touring around the world. I live in my own world. How are you dealing with that? Lobotomy over a couple comments wrote, man, honestly, there are no sunny days ahead. Don't lie to the poor dude. You're going to help him be honest. The whole world's only getting worse. This dude is feeling what we all should. The government doesn't let people go outside anymore. So for anyone who doesn't know, I'm not interested in arguing with anyone over what the world is like. I'm fucking delusional. I'm insane. Arguing over what's real with me is a moot point. We all hallucinate. We all generate our own realities that we live within. I don't know exactly what it's like out there, and whether anyone agrees or disagrees with you. How are you handling that? Like the Peterson shit about getting fucking resentful and bitter. Does that put a pressure inside you to set the frame that existence itself is not good? How do you deal with that? How do you move forward in a world like that? Because honestly, for me, what happens to the world, I'm fine with either. Whatever's going to happen can happen. When my internal experience, when the battle between good and evil gets bloody enough inside me, the battles outside seem irrelevant. Fucking, I asked you questions and I have no idea how far behind I am if I'll get to your answers. Okay, Haley wrote, if you look for pain, you're going to find pain. The only constant is change. Nothing lasts forever. Yeah, I agree with that. And I think there's a lot of depth in what Haley's saying. And so when I talked about how I'm experiencing the world, I'm sharing what's arising in me. I don't know how this is all fucking coming across. I am not saying I agree with the darkness, with the depressed thoughts. I'm trying to share what arises in me and how I'm interacting with it. I'm committed to the base axiom that God is good. Even when that doesn't seem comprehensible to me, I stick with that. And, you know, the nothing lasts forever, the only constant is change. Like, I love the saying, this too shall pass. I don't even remember what that's from. Some king who was having difficulties asked his wise men to fix it for him, and they brought him a ring written, this too shall pass on it. I forget what that's from at the moment, but I do believe there's deep fucking mystical truth to that. Like, I choose to, well, and that's just it, is it? Like what you say there about if you look for pain, you're going to find pain seems to me to be the way reality works. It's what I talk about when I say that when it comes down to the base axiom of is existence good or not, is God good or not, where I just use God to mean whatever the fuck the actual God is, whatever the sum total of reality, whatever God is, that could be as little as those things Peterson said to Harris that Harris could agree with. God is, you know, the highest ideal, the this, the that, the sum total of reality, the natural law included in it, or if God is the mystical fucking multi-dimensional thing that I seem to experience it as so often. Like whatever God is, that is God good or not? Is existence meaningful or not? Do we follow whatever fucking program works for us? Like, do we get to church and try to be a good Christian? Do we do the self-authoring and try to work the Peterson route? Or do we go the school shooter route? Do we go the take as much as you can get and fuck it, because this world is evil anyway? What it seems to me is that whatever the fuck we are can experience either. There is so much more to reality than we can comprehend. Even if you leave aside the parts of reality we don't experience, like leave aside all the mystical shit, leave aside even like the quantum mechanics and stuff, that reality levels we can't perceive, both the materialistic ones, or just the fact of so many facts that you can't know it all, that we don't even perceive everything around us. It's too much. Like, that's even just from the psychological. And then if there's all the mystical behind the veil shit, even if you leave all the metaphysical in our consciousness and there's nothing beyond death, and even if you leave all of that out and reduce God to that one that Sam Harris could agree with, even then, it is way the fuck too much information. We cannot process it. And what we consider a full explanation of something is so fucking infinitesimal compared to what's really there, that an answer that fulfills 100%, like it seems like 100% explanation of reality to us, is not all the information. Reality is made of way the fuck more than 100%. There's probably an infinite overlap of seemingly complete 100% explanations of the world to our consciousness. Fuck, I'm not explaining this well at all. But anyway, it seems to me that because of that, you can put together, if you were given the right information and it interacts with you in such a way, you can create a mental framework where, because if you're looking for pain, you'll find pain, you can generate a model of reality that will seem completely logical and rational. It'll seem like people who believe in anything good are delusional, that existence is evil. And you can also do it the other way, where you could see existence as this beautiful, wonderful thing. You can see God as good or bad. Like, our brains are capable of that. And if you mix that with what our mental and emotional states do to us, you can be put into a place where there is no joy. And joy doesn't seem real at all. And so when I'm in a really, really, really rough state, it's like I have demons trying to flip that switch constantly. The fuck this, stop holding on to the God is good, work towards whatever small improvement you can, or that even if you can't take one step forward, don't make anything worse, don't start breaking things, don't become resentful, don't go on the attack. I try to remain mindful that it's possible to have that experience and to have the other experience. And that what's really, really fucking the ultimate truth is beyond us. So part of what gets me through the deepest shit is staying aware of that. And if you can mix in, like, if you can mix in a faith, again, even if it seems like fucking a fantasy that people just use to comfort themselves, if you can hold on to the, well, just in case, Job's story is really a lesson out of the Bible. Just in case. The road that saints travel is littered with this trap. And see, I've got a whole bunch of a negative reaction arising in me to that. And I think I've verbalized enough about what it's like. So I'm just going to shut up on that subject now. And let this fucking feeling pass. I'll just say that there's dark states. That really fucking strike out against that. But I'm committed to sticking to it. All right, I think this has gone on too long. I'm way the fuck behind. I was asking people questions a while ago. And I am miles behind. That is a stupid way to continue. So I am going to read all the rest of this stuff. Thank you, Grizz. What's the significance of 411? And Grizz writes with his super chat, an invisible reflection that can only see itself. All right, I am going to not just sit here for hours more in a depressed state, slowly reading comments way the fuck behind. That's stupid. So I have jumped down to the bottom. If anyone wants to say anything and have me respond immediately, and then I will go back and read the rest after we shut this off. Because I think I was getting ridiculous. So the very last quest thing, Rogue Star, might seem like bullshit or tripe or whatever, but life is genuinely what you make of it, and your purpose is what you will it to be. Your mind is more powerful than we think. We do shape our own reality. Yeah. My experiences with like mysticism and magic and shit have shown me that. The thing is, well, I can see the degree to which my mind authors my reality. I don't fully author my mind. So for me, that's the pursuit of high magic. It's not actually about using magic to use your mind to change the world, like to take control of your outside reality. To me, the deepest layer is to realize how much we are not in control of our own minds. And so the psychological shit, the shadow work, the Manly P. Halls type personal morality stuff, the self-exploration, the learning that you are mindfulness so that you're not run by every thought and emotion. You realize how much. So for me, magic's about learning to discover and expand the self and to become in line with like the true self and to it's not about taking control of the outer world, even though that changes as a side effect. Oh, fuck, I'm not explaining that well. 411 was Grandpa Telephone for information. Thanks for being live. Also, check out my new CSHAT video clip. Okay, so Grizz just released a clip. Oh, yeah, I remember using 411 for information. All right, other than that, there was nothing new, I don't think. Like, no one else is writing anything fresh, so And Rogue Star says Stoicism has some good tools to add to the toolbox. Yes, Stoicism's definitely worth looking into. No, clip meant you should. That's hot shit you dropped. Oh, the clip meant that I should clip something I said. Tell 2 more V's. I don't give a shit about thinking about clipping myself or anything like that at the moment. Oh, Lobotomy wants to know about the beeping. That's my cheap ass fucking computer falling apart. I don't know why it started making that beeping and whistling sound. Like, the room's quiet for me. Also, I don't know why the little fucking cheap webcam I have, it's like, you'll notice if we upload a clip or um if there's a recording of me having a Zoom conversation with someone, like the clip that we put up of me responding to the Peterson Pajot thing, you'll notice the camera's better quality and there's not all that weird whistling and beeping. That's because I can use this little cheap added webcam. For some reason, that has stopped working when I try to stream on YouTube. That happened, I don't know how many months ago. If I try to stream with the webcam connected, it seizes up the fucking live stream. So for me to go live, I have to use the built-in camera. But also, I don't know why, because even at first when I had to use the built-in camera, it didn't make those fucking weird noises. That's my computer slowly becoming senile and falling apart. But the little bit of money that comes in from Patreon, and the channel made fucking $40 one month. So not very much money comes in at all. That just goes to pay for the Zoom. And other than that, there's a little bit of money being put away for me to get a new computer. I'm not sure what it's up to, and I'm not sure, because I don't fucking know anything about computers. I'm not sure what computer I even really need to get. I will figure that out later. But there is a small fund, like for instance, Grizz's generous donations that came in as super chats. That is going towards a new computer. Hopefully, once I have that, there won't be all the fucking weird noises, and I won't look like I was recorded on VHS in the early 80s and then uploaded to YouTube. That's just poverty. Well, mixed with Luddite sensibilities. I'm not good with technology, and I have a cheap ass computer. So that's all. Sorry about that. Dracon says when you finish chatting, look out of any windows and you'll see something that will help you. That's what I'm doing when I do this. I think often during this conversation, I've turned my head like this. I am looking out the window. There's a field that goes out to the little dirt road. I can see the row of the telephone poles, but it's a very quiet dirt road. Cars go by very rarely. And then another field across the road gradually goes uphill. And I can see the edge of the forest there. Hey, programs. Nice to have you here. Once I got my shit pulled together, we should talk sometime. But how much funds in Canadian dollars are you hoping to raise for the computer in total? I don't know. It also stresses me out to think about getting a new computer and figuring, like, internet shit, computer shit really stresses me out. I am not looking forward to having to figure out a new computer, and it is very hard for me to adapt to technology. Like for me, my cell phone is still just texts and phone calls. I don't use it for internet stuff. So I don't even know exactly what I need for the computer. And I can't really handle fucking thinking about that change at the moment. But I'm gonna, yeah, and I'm gonna outsource that decision. It'll be like Grizz and or two more V's or Andrew or fucking maybe you programs. Once like it gets close to, or yeah, once it gets time to think about looking for what actual computer to get, figuring out what it's going to cost, I am going to outsource that. I am not good with technology at all. Like all the time, even like, yeah. And it will involve probably my sister having to come over and set shit up on it, show me how to do things. I have to call my sister all the time, or fucking Grizz knows what it's like to try to explain to me how to do something on a computer. So I'm delaying thinking about that at the moment and just hoping this computer doesn't fucking crap out completely. I'm going to let, hopefully summertime me will be more able to deal with that. Rogue Star says, this is my first time coming across you, but you've got a new sub. I'm good at technology. Okay, maybe Rogue Star will be assisting us in figuring all that out. Thanks for joining. Okay, and since you're new, we've also got a Discord. I didn't put the link in the description of this video, and I don't know if I'll do it after, but every other video on the channel has a link, like an invitation to Discord. And so I'd started this apologizing that I have messages that I don't know exactly when I'm going to answer. So I don't know when I would answer, but you or anyone else watching who does want to be more involved in the community we've got, join the Discord, and that's where people can message me directly. And with everyone having the understanding that I have no fucking idea if it'll be days or weeks before I respond, I don't mind people writing as much as they want to. And I will get around to responding to people. I don't know when. But when I'm feeling up to it, and I have done a few recently, I do private sessions as well. Like when I'm doing well enough that, yeah, I do private sessions if people want fucking peer counseling type shit or to talk shit through with me, like what's going on in their life in a private, confidential setting, one-on-one. And also I'm going to be doing, like Levi, who was in chat earlier, and some other people, I'm going to be recording some talks with people about shit and uploading it to the channel at some point. And we sometimes do fucking, we're calling them lunatic patrols. I haven't done one in quite a while. But at some point, I do intend to get back to doing lunatic patrols. We will announce that on Discord as well. And so that's when we open a Zoom get together. We often watch something at the beginning and then talk for a few hours, but that's like just a group event. We haven't been recording those or anything, although we've talked about doing some that do get recorded. But anyway, yeah, we do group shit when I'm feeling up to it. So anyone who's interested in that, if you join the Discord, that's where all announcements for that go, and that's where people can write to me. All right, I'm talked the fuck out. So I'm gonna finally end this. And I don't know what comes next. So I hope Everyone's doing way the fuck better than me. God bless, Lunatic, loved all.